fulfilling its court-ordered community service. It's the Talk of Las Vegas.
Hi, I'm Karina, and this is the Talk of Las Vegas. Are you kidding me? Look where we're at today. We are at the Gypsy Cafe inside the fantastic indoor swap meet. And we have a great show lined up for you. So we'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
You're watching the Talk of Las Vegas, guaranteed to leave your carpets like brand new. The Gypsy Cafe, an American home-style comfort foods cafe, features fresh foods cooked to order.
All right, and we're back here at Gypsy Cafe, and we have Kevin. Kevin, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Kevin Dunlap out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Here, I'm a book coach. I'm a business coach as well as author, as well as a local real estate agent.
That's wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do, just in a little more detail?
Yes, as a what do you call it? A business coach. I actually help people discover what their passions are in their lives, and then help them actually not only discover that passion, but then build a business around that passion that they have, so they can actually make that difference that they want to make in the world outside of just working that normal 9-to-5 corporate job.
That's so wonderful and inspiring. Can you tell us how did you start?
Well, it's actually, the idea came back in 2014 after taking a class, and after doing that class, I discovered I wanted to help people, but at that time was helping people in their relationships, helping them discover what is it that they are holding them back from going after that dream relationship, like would it be marriage or whatever. However, over the course of the next year or so, I realized that the relationship side really wasn't what my passion was. It was more helping people discover what they wanted out of their lives. So in 2016, I wrote a book called Designing Your Own Destiny, which you can find on Amazon. Yes, you've got a copy of it right there. And after writing that book, that's when I'll hold it. Here's the book. And after writing this book, that's when I discovered helping people discover their business, their passion for business. What is it? So many of us are going to work every day, not being fulfilled, and that's where we spend most of our time. I mean, if you assume you're sleeping 8 hours a day, then you get up, you got 2 hours before you go to work, you work another 8 hours, then you go home for another 4 to 6 hours. So most of your contiguous amount of time is spent at work, and that's 5 days a week, and assuming you don't work weekends as well. But too many people are working these jobs, and they're getting burned out. One of my sayings is, if your favorite day of the week is 9 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, then you know you're doing the right thing. If it's not, then it's time to find out what it is that you're wanting to do with yourself, and then let's build a business around that.
That's wonderful. And you have the details and all your advices in this book for people who want to know a little bit more and educate themselves on the subject?
For the most part, yes. This is a book. Not only is it a book, but it's also a workbook, meaning that there's exercises in here that you fill out, and by the time you get to the end, you've got a whole roadmap of what is it that you are wanting to do. So yes, the book itself is that guide to get you there. It's help people to get focused on what it is that they're wanting to do.
That's wonderful. How can we find this book? Where can we look for it?
This book can be found online, not only on my website at kevinadunlap.com, but you can also search on Amazon either by my name, Kevin A. Dunlap, or by the name of the title of the book, which is Designing Your Own Destiny. I am working on my third book now called The Winner's Code, which is all about creating that winner's mindset. How to create a mindset that's a win not only for yourself, but also a win for somebody else. And that book is based upon Zig Ziglar's quote that he says, if I help enough people succeed, I will succeed myself.
That's so inspiring. I like winning. Everybody likes winning, right? So can you give us an advice how to just start getting on that path of a winner?
Well, the easiest thing to do, because I call there's 8 mindsets, and the winner's mindset is the ideal one. And a winner's mindset is always about win-win. How can I help you win, and that also be a win for me? Because if I'm winning at the expense of you, but say taking advantage of you, or stealing from you, or just not allowing you to have the best experience, then that's a take, and that's not the most. Even if you look at karma, that is not the way to do that. So the winner's mindset is to find out how can you help somebody else succeed. It doesn't matter if it's in your relationships, in your corporate job or as an entrepreneur. If you were my client, how can I help you win? That'll help me as a business coach win. If we're in a relationship, what are some of your goals? What are your dreams? How can I support you? How can I realistically support you? Even if it's just a hug or something like that, or if it's like, hey, I'm going to drive you to the gym to make sure you work out. If it's you're at work, how do you help your boss win? How do you help your coworkers win? So that you can make that a winner's environment.
Wow, that's very interesting, because I always thought about winning as being so selfish, kind of, okay, I want to win, I need to do this, I. But you are preaching something different. You're preaching that, you have to help somebody to be the winner, and then that's how you succeed. That's very interesting idea.
Well, I would actually change the word from not having to help somebody. It's the desire of wanting to help somebody. Yes, and make that as part of your nature.
And that's exactly what you're doing with this book. You're helping people to get on that path. That's great. Can you tell us a little bit about how did you get the passion for this, and did you always have that, or you always wanted to help people? Tell us a little bit about your aspirations.
Well, ever since I was a kid, I was always wanting to help other people. When we would have homework assignments, I would get together with other people. So let's do little study groups. When I was in college, exact same thing. Like you, me, 2 or 3 other people may get together to go and say, hey, let's read each other's papers and see how we can help that. Or do a study group if we've got a math test coming up. So I always did something like that. But in 2010, I took my very first, and I've already read a lot of personal growth books and listened to a lot of audios like Tony Robbins, but in February 2010, I took my very first live personal growth class. And because of that, that was the catalyst that changed my entire thing around. In 2013 and 2014, I was taking a whole bunch of other classes through another company, and that's when I just stumbled across a lady by the name of Lisa Sasevich. I also studied people through like T. Harv Eker, and just by taking those courses and being around those like-minded people, that's what changed me. Because when you're reading a book, that's only going to help you so much, in my opinion. But if you're hanging out with 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 other people that have the same win mindset, the same, hey, how can we make a difference to it for other people, then you're going to achieve more. Because now you have the camaraderie of other people with you in that group. So maintaining those contact with those people on a regular basis.
And do you still keep in touch with those people?
Oh, absolutely. One of my best friends, we met each other in 2015. Her name is Junita. She's Indian Canadian, lives up in Vancouver, and we're still each other's accountability partner, even though it's been 3 years since then. So absolutely amazing. That's one of my dearest friends. My best friend is another lady that I met in another personal growth class. We've known each other since October 2010, and we've been best friends for 8 years because of this. And that's because that's who I surround myself with. Because I no longer surround myself with people that are, hey, I'm going to hold you back, going to keep you down. Hang out with people that actually want to support you and help you succeed.
Definitely. And your friends know about the book that you wrote.
Not only do they know about the book, they actually, some of them are actually even have testimonials in the book. Or they actually, there's a section in my book that's, I don't know exactly what chapter it is. It talks about, I'm sure you've heard of SMART goals.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, I came up with the word SMARTY in this book. We had the 6th component, which the letter Y, which stands for your why. Now, your goal has to be specific, has to be measurable, attainable, risky or relevant, whichever way you learn it, and it has to have a time frame. Well, without the why component, your why are you doing it, that goal wouldn't go away. My friend ended up going to interview for a job in North Carolina, and they had SMART on their wall. And she actually says, my buddy says this, you have to also have your why. Says, you cannot have a SMART goal without a why, because without that why, it's not a goal. I mean, if you have a weight loss goal, why is it that's your weight loss goal? If you don't have that why, you can make it a specific, measurable, attainable, or whatever you want. But without that why, your reason for doing it, you're not going to do it.
So just so our audience understand, so you're telling us that in order to specify and find that goal and achieve that goal, you need to know why you're doing it, And if you know why you're doing it, that means that you're ready. That means that you understand why you're doing it and what do you need to do in order to achieve it. Is that right?
That is correct, because without a strong enough why, he's not going to get you up out of bed in the morning. He's not going to have you he's not going to get you up in the bed in the morning. He's not going to give you the reason to go to the gym that extra day when you don't feel like doing it. Without that why, it's just, to me, it's just a dream.
That is so true, because I know a lot of people, like my friends, they're doing certain things, but they don't know why they're doing it. They just get into, a routine, and they're not achieving their goal. They keep going to another thing, and then they keep finding something new, and then they never finish what they started. So that's very true, and I agree. So what else, like, how can I start? Like, for example, if I want to write something, about business, or advise somebody to do something, how do I start? Where do I go? What classes do I take? Where do I start?
Well, if you are you talking about, you want to start a business, or you want to write a book or something like that?
Yes, both.
In my opinion, if you're doing something that you're not familiar with, is to find yourself a coach or a mentor. By having that coach, that's somebody that can help you when you're down. A mentor is somebody that's actually done it. A coach may or may not have done it physically. Like, well, for an example, I don't know if you watch American sports, but you got let's say American football. In American football, most of your coaches, I almost guarantee you, never played football.
Really?
But
they just started.
They started with that motivation or that desire to help other people, but they may not have been that all-star quarterback or what have you.
I always thought that they did. I always thought that, okay, they played the sports, and then when they got a little older, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna start coaching now.
In my opinion, that most of them have not, no matter what sport it is. It doesn't matter if it's soccer or other people call it football. It doesn't. Just look at the history of any coach. They have not done that. But a mentor would be somebody like what you just talked about. Let's say a person that made it to the Hall of Fame, whatever in whatever sport it is, and then they switched over to coaching. Yes, sometimes you see that, but for the most part, it's not true. So if you're going to be starting a new business, writing a books. One of the things I did when I wrote this book is I hired a book writing coach. So if you're going to be doing something you've never done before, it's going to be difficult to go and try to do it all by yourself and gash your way through it. Hire somebody that's done it, or somebody that's knowledgeable on that subject.
So, for example, if I want you to be my coach, how do I get in touch with you?
The easiest way is just to go to my website. It's www.kevinadunlap.com. Again, that's www.kevinadunlap.com.
I hope everybody is writing it down right now.
Yes, and I'm sure it's going to be in descriptions below this interview. But yeah, just go on there, contact me through the Contact Us page, and then we will do. I always give a 30-minute strategy session so we can get to know each other, see if you're going to be a good fit for me, or if I'm going to be a good fit for you, and if we are, then we go ahead and set up a schedule and start working together.
That's wonderful. I hope everybody heard that, and I think we need to thank Kevin for his advices, and thank you so much, Kevin. It was a pleasure, and again, the book called Designing Your Own Destiny, and I'm sure you're going to be helping a lot of people get to their dreams, aspirations, and thank you so much for being here, and I hope we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
For all your wireless needs, All-in-One Wireless is the answer.
You're watching the Talk of Las Vegas. Guaranteed to leave your carpets like brand new.
Hi, everyone. My name is Karina Weeks, and this is the Talk of Las Vegas. And here we have Dave.
Dave, stash jars, sandblasted glass.
Nice. What do you do, Dave?
I sandblast designs and leaves and sayings of marijuana on jars, pipes, and bongs. I also do tie-dye shirts.
Very neat. This your shirts, right? And one you're wearing right here. Very nice.
50 shirts, and over 50 sayings on the jars and the bongs.
Okay. And tell us about how you start this business.
I started 20 years ago doing rocks, address stones, and pet markers. And I stopped doing that because I can make more glass, and I can carry more glass to craft shows.
And you mentioned earlier that the glass is lighter, right?
It's a lot lighter, and it's a lot easier to handle, and I can take more glass.
And what about, how do you order, where do you order this, or do you make it yourself?
I order some of the glass, and I also buy it locally, and then I sandblast each piece individually.
Wow, and I saw some of them said some words in here, right?
Yes, the words like, I have love on a pipe. Some of them say easy things like blah, 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 or yada, 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 peace, stash jars. There's about 50 of them.
Some fun stuff. Okay, and what is so special about your product?
Nobody else does it like this. I don't put it on the internet, and also this is a hobby, so I can have lower prices than a regular sandblaster. I also do wedding bongs and wedding pipes for the 420 friendly wedding. That's right.
You just start doing that, or you've been doing that?
I'm just started with the bongs, but I've made hundreds of wedding flutes for a tour company here in town, which I don't do right now. So I just switched it over to bongs, and it's been very successful.
That's wonderful. And how do I find you? Do I just come here, or?
Right, you just come to Fantastic Indoor Swap Meet, Aisle J. It's in the Artisanal Village, also known as the Crafter's Corner.
That's the only way I can get in touch with you.
That's the only way. I'm right here, Friday through Sunday.
Friday to Sunday, Dave is here, and this is, you can see all this wonderful glass, and he's very passionate about what he does. And if you want to get a wedding
Bong or wedding pipe.
Wedding pipe,
Right.
come to.
Right. Fantastic Indoor Swap Meet.
We'll see you there. Bye.
As the thermometer starts rising, you're going to be in need of a cool, refreshing treat. So do yourself a favor and stop by Rita's of Spring Valley. You're watching the Talk of Las Vegas, where kids eat free.
Hello, everyone, and here we're back again. And we have Janet here, the owner of S&J Co., CBD company.
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. So we were all wondering, what is CBD and what do you do? What are all these oils and what is it, gummies and stuff? Can you tell us a little bit about your product?
Sure. What I'll tell you is CBD is part of the hemp, marijuana, plant, cannabis, whatever you want to call it. You have your plant, you have your buds and flowers up here on top. That's the THC part. Euphoric, get me high. We don't use that. We come down to the stem. We take that out. We put it through a process that is a CO2 extraction. We take all of the CBDs out of that, which are the cannabinoids, and we turn it either into a liquid or a powder. I particularly use the powder form, and then we go and we take it and we make products with it. We've got bath salts, so this is really good for people with arthritis. Neuropathy is great. Just put it in your bathtub and soak the whole body. The CBDs will then go in through your pores and go to your nerve endings and will relieve some of the pressure. These are also bath products, bath bombs. We've got tinctures. These go under the tongue. They'll go through your blood system. We have vape. We have creams. If you can reach it, and if it's a topically, put it on, and the pains will go away in approximately 1 to 2 minutes.
To affected area every 4 to 6 hours.
Right, right. It lasts quite a long time. But you'll feel a relief in about 1 to 2 minutes. And again, this is everything that is made here. So if we need to make it stronger, we can. Over here, we've got CBD with a trace of THC. Now, these work with a little bit more entailed problems, more neurological, muscular, and they're a bit stronger, and they have a little trace of THC. So they'll help for a little more problems. I don't know.
What about pain problems, like anti-inflammatory? Do you have anything for that? Because I know a lot of people use medicine for it.
Yes, all of these here will help with your inflammation. That's what CBD, one of the main things it does. So everything that you see here will help with your inflammation. We also have gummies. So these are CBD only as well. Another way to get the CBD into your system You just eat one little gummy a day. Roll-ons, which we use with essential oils. Easy to keep in your purse, pocket, what have you. Everything you see here is made locally. We're not buying it and reselling it. This is locally made. I partner with the company here that you see. The other things I make myself. We have the certifications on everything, so we know exactly what's in every product we sell.
And why are you so passionate about CBD? Tell us about, your story. How did you start? How did you get, inspired, and why CBD?
Well, I'll tell you, the honest truth is I was just curious about CBD and I started doing research on it. At the same time, my husband had needs back surgery, degenerated disc. So I said, let me find out if we can take this, incorporate it into something, and maybe relieve some of your pain. So we came up with it, and this is where we're at. We just kind of grew.
Wow, and he had back pain. He had to go to do a surgery, and lovely wife found a solution. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I want to get some of this gummies or something. So I don't need to buy ibuprofen and all this medication.
No, you really don't have to.
This is better.
All natural. These are natural ingredients. Yes, yes. You can replace some of your aspirin, ibuprofen, like you're saying, Advil, with some of this. Yeah, you don't need all that big pharma anymore.
Yeah, we're doing it local. We're healing people local. That's wonderful. And so how can I find you? I want to come and buy CBD from S&J Co. How do I find you?
We are at the swap meet, the indoor swap meet, Fantastics, at 1717 South Decatur Boulevard. We're at J33A, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come see me. I'll give you a sample. You can take it home and or try it out here.
Any sample? Can I get a sample?
We can give you a sample of the cream and or the roll-ons, okay?
Thank you, Janet. This lovely lady found an incredible product, and she is selling it here. So come on by. Thank you for watching us. Bye-bye.
Hey, matey, shiver me timbers, prepare to be scuttled. Oh, who am I trying to kid? I'm no pirate. But I do know good fish and chips when I taste them. And the best place I found for fish and chips is Off the Hook Fish and Chips. You're watching the Talk of Las Vegas. Better hurry, time is running out.
And we're back here with beautiful Marilyn, the owner, CEO. Okay, you have to tell all this stuff you told me. What,
I'm
CEO.
CEO, CFO, General Manager, Production Manager, Purchasing Manager, Warehouse Manager, Transportation Manager, so deliveries. Did I say purchasing? I do it all.
She does it all. And the name of this wonderful environment is Specially for You.
Yes.
Who are those customers? Especially for everybody?
For anybody that comes in here. And I have, some of my products have gone to Hawaii, San Francisco, Monterey, Tennessee, Missouri, New York. That's my hand nets. Some of my baked goods have been shipped to Alaska.
That's beautiful. So what kind of goods do we have here?
Well, I have brownies,
Brownies?
plain brownies, brownies with walnuts and brownies with peanut butter. And then I have quick breads, banana blueberry, banana nut, carrot and walnut, cherry orange, pumpkin and white chocolate, and zucchini. And sometimes I do a cranberry orange, a banana mango, and I've got some ideas for some new flavors that I just thought about today, and I will be testing them in the future.
Oh, you will share it with us later?
Absolutely.
That's great. So the ingredients, as I see here, they are all natural, right? So we see wheat flour, okay, egg, cacao. This is all like good stuff, it's all natural.
Yes, and my recipes have to be approved by the health department.
And it is, right?
And it is. I could not sell it otherwise. And so I don't sell anything until I've tested it on my friends. And once they say it's good, then I submit the recipe to the health department for their approval.
Well, Marilyn, you can test your goods anytime on me.
Okay, Karina, that sounds like a good idea. I have a lot of people that make that volunteers, so you're, yes.
Okay.
But besides my baking, I do all my hand knits. I have dishcloths and adult hats, kids' hats, cowls, hats and scarves, ponchos, kids, yes. Look at all these cute kids' hats with all the tops, the little critters. Yes,
So you make this?
I knitted it, yes. I didn't make the mouse, but I did everything else.
Yeah, the hat.
Yes, I did the hat,
Then
yes.
you found the mouse somewhere.
Yes. And I have hats with a reflective yarn, so if you're hiking or walking, bicycling at night, the street lights or the headlights hit you. Yes.
It's actually very important because, you know, we have a lot of people bicycling at night and we can't see them, you know. And here we go. Marilyn got this incredible hat we can see at night.
Yes, yes. And it works for men or women. As you can see, that's a man that's wearing it right there. You can
We put him back.
just lay him down. I'll fix him later. Don't worry. You're not responsible for the maintenance of my shop.
I would like to help you, CEO. Okay, what else we got here?
Well, the cowls replace a hat and a scarf. So when it's cold and windy, you can wear it up like this over your ears, and when you're indoors, you can just drop it around your neck.
I'm going to move this way so our audience can see.
So it works as a hat and a scarf, and you don't lose it. You know,
You think I can try one?
absolutely. I'd be happy to let you want to try the red one? Let's do
I
it.
want to see what, how, oh, wow. This is like great color and the material. What kind of material is this?
Synthetic yarn. And I make them, you'll notice that this is a little bit wider than this. So this is the end that goes over your head first.
Okay, this goes first.
Yes. So
Okay,
you,
okay, I'm your model. You showcase it on me. How does it go?
okay, you put it on like this. Always, and there you go. It's beautiful. The color is perfect for you. They come out in different sizes. Some of them are big enough that you can
Thank
actually
you.
pull them down over your shoulders like a shawl.
Okay. And I can wear it going to a theater, a movie. It's really, really beautiful.
Anytime. It looks great with your spaghetti strap dress when you go into the bar, into the club. You can wear it.
Especially when in New York or okay, I live in New York. I want to order this. How do I contact you, Marilyn?
Well, I have a Facebook page. It's especially for you.
Especially for you.
And I don't have a lot of things on it. A lot of my business is word of mouth. Someone from St. Louis, Missouri comes here, buys one, takes it back. They've got my card, and then I start getting text messages or calls. And I do custom orders. So this is a very limited supply that I have right now. And I'm always making new ones. Like this one I'm just finishing up now. That it's a fisherman color that will go on the model very soon.
Very nice.
And
Gloves. We have gloves.
yeah, fingerless gloves and the hat and scarf sets, like that one there. And I do dishcloths.
You do everything, Marilyn.
Yeah, the dishcloths are pretty popular, and the crocheted baby blankets.
And so the pictures, you have the pictures on the Facebook. So, okay, I want this product. I'm going to contact Marilyn and I'm going to order it. So there's a picture, there's a number.
Yes. I need to update, but I will be doing that very soon because I've got some new things that I can put on. I mean, look at this poncho.
I love
is
this.
it
Yes, it's gorgeous. I mean, this is perfect outfit to just go anywhere.
Right, and you can wear it over your jacket or just a sweater. It's extra warmth when it's not so terribly cold, but you want to keep your neck warm. Feel the fur on that one.
Wow. And this is what, synthetic? What is the material?
Synthetic. Yes, I don't use any wools because some people are allergic, and wools can be fussy.
Okay.
Synthetics are good to work with and to live with.
You definitely do it well. Thank you, Marilyn. And I hope our audience wrote down the Facebook again one more time so they don't forget. The Facebook, how do we find you?
Especially for you on Facebook.
Especially for you on Facebook. Here's our wonderful Marilyn. She does it all. So thank you for watching us, and I hope you get one of these beautiful items for in your closet. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
You know the old saying, where there's smoke, there's usually barbecue going on. Well, this time there's 4 barbecues going on. Rollin' Smoke Barbecue. You're watching the Talk of Las Vegas. Don't Drown turnaround bumper stickers are now available at all Zippy's department stores in Terminal 3 at McCarran Airport.
Okay, well, welcome back. We're here with Tom, and he's one of the owners of company La Moda. Tell us about what do you do, Tom?
Well, we have multiple, can we start that over? A little closer and a little louder. Gotcha, okay.
Welcome back. So here we are with Tom. He's one of the owners of La Moda, this shop we'll see here. Tom, tell us about what you do.
Well, we have 3 shops here. This one here is our purses, sunglasses, and some body jewelry over here. We also have another store up a couple aisles up that has more body jewelry. Then we also have some dollar stores. So basically in this booth right here you're looking at, we have body jewelry. We have a lot of promotions with gauges. If you buy multiple items, we give discounts or give free items. Same thing with our sunglasses. We always have promotions on our sunglasses, our purses, where we give discounts on them as well.
Oh, great. What do I need to do to get a discount? Do I need to buy more products, or I just come and say, hey, Tom, remember me?
Just come on and say hi. We're always willing to work with people. We want people's business.
That's wonderful. I see there's some designer purses you have here. What kind is it? I see Michael Kors. What else do you have?
Michael Kors, Tory Burch, primarily for the designer purses. One thing that's important to know, everything here is authentic. So there's no replicas, no knockoffs. You're not allowed to sell replicas or knockoffs in an environment like this anyway. All of our sunglasses that are behind you, Tiffany & Company, Tom Ford, Chanel, Ray-Ban, all your top designer names, we carry all of them as well. And again, they're all original. They all come with original boxes, cleaning cloths, everything just like you buy them at a regular retail store. We have access to the same inventory that they do.
So all people who love fashion, Tom is offering a discount. Come on by, and we have all this designer stuff in here. That's great. What else? So you said you have a couple stores, right? Is it the same type of material, the same type of product?
Some of them. The other body jewelry store, same product, but we have much more. 4 booths over there. So instead of having all of the body jewelry in a 10 by 10 booth like we do here, we have 4 10 by 10 booths where we can display much more merchandise. And then our other store is the dollar store. That's where we have items obviously that start at $1, stuff for kids, hair accessories. We also have another section that has makeup, and it's actually some costume type jewelry over there as well.
So you were always passionate about this type of business? Or how did you get in?
We started with 1 booth.
1 booth, and then, wow, this is, you see, it's an inspiration story again. I love hearing those. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Sure. About 6 years ago, a little more, about 6.5 years ago, we started with 1 booth right up here by the coffee shop, selling designer purses and sunglasses, what we started. We expanded that booth once, and then we decided to get into body jewelry. So then we had 1 booth, and that expanded to 4. Then we had an idea, say, hey, let's do a dollar store. So then we just jumped in with no expansion. We just jumped in with 12 booths over there. So again, we started with 1 little booth, and 6.5 years later, here we are with 19 of them.
That's incredible. That's so inspirational. And what about the product? Do you have any interest in what you're selling, or you just, okay, you decided to do some purses, something that will sell? Well, how you relate with the product?
Kind of morphed into it. It wasn't always, we never really set out to open up a body jewelry store. Some friends of ours encouraged us to sell sunglasses and purses because they had some inventory and a way for us to get it. Then from there, we just started going to trade shows, started working with other vendors, and as we're buying products, say sunglasses, says, hey, I have this jewelry, and Are you interested in this? But just kind of with the old snowball rolling down the hill, the more we started selling things, the more people started coming to us and saying, hey, are you interested in this product line? And so then we just realized the opportunities there and just kind of ran with it.
Very, very smart. So you're gonna turn around, my friend, and you're gonna tell us how do we find your store?
Come on down to the Fantastic Indoor Swap Meet. We have 3 locations, one on the main aisle, one on the G aisle, and another one on the E aisle. So come on through and see us. One of us will glad to take care of you.
Thank you, Tom. That was wonderful.
My pleasure.
Nice to meet you, and I hope we'll see you here soon. Bye-bye.
Looking for great food, great prices, and a great cafe atmosphere? Well, then what you're looking for is Wood's Family Sandwiches. You're watching the Talk of Las Vegas. More rock, less talk. At least that's what our viewers are demanding.
Welcome back to the Talk of Las Vegas, and here we have Shannon with us. He's the owner of Hex. Hi, Shannon.
How are you today?
I'm well, thank you so much. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, my wife and I handcraft jewelry using hex nuts. And we came up with this name, Hexed. It's an original hex nut jewelry. And we use a variety of hex nuts you buy from the hardware store. It's very unusual and unique. We use 5 different sizes of hex nuts and 5 different types of hex nuts. Okay, and you can see some types here. These are the different sizes. Okay, and all the colors you see have been professionally powder coated, so they're not spray painted. Powder coating is a process where the paint does not chip and it doesn't rub off, and so they're not spray painted. So that makes us very unique.
It is very unique. I was going to ask you why you decided to do it with this type of material.
Well, you know, they're like beads, you know, round things with holes in them. My wife took a beading class. She came home. I didn't really want anything to do with beading, right? And we had this guitar right above your head here, which is made out of hex nuts. And I said to Margaret, hex nuts have a hole in them. Why don't we play around with nuts? So we went to the hardware store, bought a few hundred hex nuts, and 4 years later, we've come a long way from just one type of nut. Okay? Yeah, we use titanium and brass and copper.
What is the most popular item?
The most popular item are these here.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
We're well, and this is your lovely wife.
It is.
Yes.
This is Margaret.
Hi, Margaret.
How are you today?
Oh, we're doing great. Thank you.
So this is the most popular and the most affordable. These are $20. It's the small upholstery hex nut, and it comes in a variety of, I guess, styles. This is a stainless steel. This color you see here, what I do is I torch the hex nut to give it the color. It's called bluing the steel. And I have brass and black stainless steel. So this is, I would say, the most popular because a lot of women like the dainty, you know, smaller nut, and they're fairly light. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of weight to them. Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. And it just easy goes on?
It's a magnet that pulls apart.
Oh, the magnet. Oh.
Just pulls apart like that.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Can we help you?
Of course. It's going to be a little big for you, but we have them in every size.
Yeah, so it's okay. So it's like every size. If this is too big for me, you have the other one. Okay.
You have
It's beautiful.
You have a children's little tiny wrist.
I
Yeah,
have a tiny one.
very small wrist.
Okay. And what about this type of rainbow colors? Is it specially for?
Our pride tray, the pride colors, very popular. The little kids like rainbows. Most girls like little rainbows, and so they do like a little thinner one here. You know, aside from the wider one. So.
Because you have a rainbow flag.
Yes, it's right.
That's
It's
so
sort
neat.
of like
That's neat. Okay, so tell us, how can I find you? Like, where do I go? How do I get this?
website that's under construction. It's hexnutjewelry.com. The only place you can actually purchase the jewelry is here at the Fantastic Indoor Swap Meet.
Only here.
It's just here. Mm-hmm.
So I'll come and I'll see you, and you give me a discount.
Of course, absolutely. You got it. Okay, you got it.
So any certain times of a week, Monday to Friday? What is the hours? When are you here? You here a whole week?
We are here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 in the
We're
morning,
gonna let them know. Okay, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay,
10 to 6.
10 to 6. You hear me, people? 10 to 6. Okay. And what about these glasses?
Oh, those are Rose down the road does those. Yeah, those aren't hex nuts.
Are those?
No, they're little tiny crystals.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be interviewing you with these glasses. Okay. So I just look more smart. I look smarter, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about your wife? Okay. So you are the inspiration behind all this, right?
No, Shannon. It was Shannon's idea to do the jewelry out of hex nuts. We had this guitar, the art, so he thought of the idea, and we work well together. So, you know, we owned a cheesecake company for 17 years. So, because we did that, he came up with the idea. I came up with the beading class. I took a beading class, and then he came up with the idea of using hex nuts. So we've been doing it for 4 years.
That's why. No, teamwork. This wonderful couple with their imagination and hard work get to provide this for us. Beauty. I love it.
It's definitely original.
I never seen anything like this before. I'm serious. I've been on so many shows, convention, but I never seen anything like this. This is great. So if you want to come by and see this wonderful people and purchase one of those wonderful items, you come here too.
Fantastic indoor swap meet.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
B30. B30.
We'll see you here.
The Gypsy Cafe, an American home-style comfort foods cafe, features fresh foods cooked to order. We offer handcrafted burgers, all-beef hot dogs, specialty sandwiches, salads, and snacks. You're watching the Talk of Las Vegas, tolerated for almost 2 years now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are with Helen, owner of Gypsy Cafe.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you for asking.
Great. Tell us about this wonderful place. It's so beautiful with this colorful walls and great food. I've heard you have a great reviews on Yelp, and we want to know a little bit more about what you do and about what kind of foods you serve and all that good stuff.
Well, the concept of the cafe is comfort. And so we serve American-style comfort home foods. Our concept was to give people a place where they could have a cafe environment and eat like they were at their mother's house. So it's very comforting. We offer handcrafted burgers, non-frozen meats. The burgers are about 1/3 of a pound. They are cooked to order, so nothing sits for any length of time. Every time a person comes in, they get something fresh off the charbroiler or off the stove. We cook in individualized pans, so everything gets washed afterwards, so nobody else is getting something cooked on top of what went before them. And nothing is held hot. It's cooked fresh to order.
That sounds delicious.
Delicious, very delicious.
Oh, I believe you. I'm going to try some after we're done here. Okay, this is a family-owned business?
It is family-owned and family-operated. My son is a chef for 15 years. He graduated Connecticut Culinary Institute in Hartford, Connecticut. Then he did his internship with the Hyatt, and then he worked 18 months for the Aetna Life Insurance Company as an executive chef in their executive dining room.
That's great. And what is his name?
His name is Brian Gilbert.
Is he here?
He is. He manages the kitchen.
Hi, Brian.
He manages the kitchen. He is magical with food. It's in the blood. My grandfather was also a food person and had a coffee shop in Massachusetts and was a baker by trade. And so I think it's in his DNA.
Genes.
In the gene pool. That's exactly correct.
That's incredible. And what is his specialty? Like, what is the best dish he makes that, people go crazy about?
Well, that would be his macaroni and cheese. And we've laid the gauntlet down to Guy Fieri and others that when it comes to the best in Las Vegas, they cannot take the trophy home without coming to give us a try.
What about you? What is your favorite dish?
Well, I'm a hot dog girl, so I love the hot dog. Is also about a third of a pound, and it comes on a pretzel roll, and it's a two-handed hot dog.
So what two hands?
It is a large hot dog, about a third of a pound, all beef, and it is delicious.
I'm getting hungry right now. That's great. And what about, okay, I've asked you this question before, but I want our audience to know a little bit more about the design of this beautiful place, because people come to enjoy the environment as well. And as you said, it's a comfort. You told me comfort, the word comfort. And I really feel comfortable here sitting with this wonderful woman. And so is this your design, or where did you find the idea for this?
Okay, so I was supposed to retire, and so I came here for lunch to the Indoor Swap Meet Center one day. I was actually supposed to meet Brian for lunch one day, and he was not with me, so I walked through the building and found this empty space, and it was turquoise, blue, and white. So what attracted me was the ceiling, and it reminds me of being inside a wagon. And so we did some research online. We went to the color palettes and the magazines, and we found a girl's bedroom done in a bohemian style, and we thought it would be perfect with the ceiling.
It really is. It really, I feel like I'm in a wagon, but with a really nice lady here. We're having a good time, and the food is delicious. So how do I find you?
Well, you can find us on Facebook, Gypsy Foods Cafe, and you can find us on Menufy. We have a menu online, and all photos of all of our food are on Menufy. You can email us. We have an email address, info.gypsyfoods@gmail.com, or you can call us. Our phone number is 702, okay, people remember. 802-5959.
That's pretty easy to remember.
Yes.
I'm going to type on my phone.
You should, and Menufy is a phone app, so you can put Menufy, and anytime you're local, they will tell you are close by, and you can stop in and see us and have something to eat.
Very good. Thank you, Helen, so much. And I'm definitely coming back here for some big hot dog. And you're an inspirational, wonderful woman. We're just going to say thank you for watching us. Thank you, Helen, for being so nice and telling us about your story and your cafe.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the show, and we'll see you next time.